Hey everyone, it's Ace. Welcome back to another Battlefield video. It's June the 17th and DICE finally started speaking again about Battlefield 6 after weeks of total silence. It's not much, but it's enough to get the conversation moving again about Battlefield 6, and honestly, I think it might be a bigger deal than people think. But that's not the only thing that's happening. While DICE was finally talking about Battlefield 6, Battlefield Labs just got hit with a massive 17 gigabyte update. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard me correctly, 17 gigabytes update. So in today's video, let's break it all down. If you aren't up to speed about what is happening right now, people started tagging Battlefield yesterday on Twitter asking about a June reveal and saying it's June boom, it's June 17 tomorrow, are we gonna get something? And Battlefield, the official account, obviously didn't respond, but official DICE developer did respond. This is a person called Andy McNamara, who is, I quote, Global Senior Director of Integrated Comms for Battlefield Studios at Electronic Arts. Now that is quite a mouthful, and the first thing he said was, we got some things brewing with the smiley face. Obviously, a bunch of people got hyped up and started asking what exactly he's speaking about, and then he clarified a little bit what is coming. He said, the community will know when the reveal is coming. We are focused on labs and preparing for the reveal this summer, smiley face. I think Andy McNamara left a bunch of clues in this tweet, so I want to dissect all of those. The first section where he says the community will know when the reveal is coming. So it's not gonna be some random drop in the dead of night when we're all sleeping and we don't know that it's happening. We're probably gonna get some type of a JPEG PNG on Twitter or on Reddit from the developers saying something like, be there July 21st, prepare for battle, something like that. So we're gonna actually have a clue of when to be there. And it's probably gonna be some type of an in-house stream. It's probably not gonna be something as grandiose as the cancelled event EA Play or the Summer Game Fest or Gamesco. I really think it's gonna be something more in-house, much more modest, would be my humble opinion, because you have to remember a bunch of these studios are separated. We have DICE LA working in LA. I think there's a studio who works in Canada, and then of course we have DICE Sweden working in Sweden. So I'm pretty sure there's not gonna be some big event. It's probably gonna be something online, would be my guess. Then he says we are focused on labs. I'm gonna go over the 17 gigabyte update just in a little bit. And then he says we are preparing for the reveal this summer. Now, he left a clue here that obviously I think today on June the 17th, nothing is actually happening. Because summer didn't actually start yet. Summer starts on June the 20th. So there might be something coming directly on June the 20th, or it's gonna be a little bit after June. Is it gonna be directly on June the 20th, literally the second summer starts? I don't think so. But I think very shortly after that, maybe July first week would be my opinion, we're gonna see this reveal. So let's get over the 17 gigabytes update now. But before that, if you guys are enjoying the content and you just like me and you like what I'm doing, then please consider leaving a like, comment, and a subscription for future content. I'm pushing right now 3,000 subscribers, and I would love to entertain you in the future as well. So please consider that, and thank you so much. And as DICE was teasing people on Twitter, a 17 gigabyte update appeared on Battlefield Labs. As I mentioned earlier, this leak comes from 1BF Telegram group. Here it is, the screenshot, and it says Content Pack 3 DLC package. And it has 17 gigabytes. The 1BF Telegram group says the site of the third content pack is a whopping 17 gigabytes, but the content of it are still a mystery. 17 gigabytes, guys, I mean, we can speculate here all we want, but I'm pretty sure it's at least 1 or 2 maps. There's a lot of maps, conceptually, we have seen from the leaks way back in March. There are those maps in Brooklyn, there is some map on the sea, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna see one of those. Personally, I would love to see that map which is being played under the Brooklyn Bridge, because it looks really cool. It looks something like Tom Clancy's Division. I really like the atmosphere and the immersion of that game, so I'm hoping that map is gonna be like in that type of style. It could also be a couple of new weapons. I mean, 17 gigabytes is a pretty sizable size for an alpha build, so it could be a couple of new weapons, maybe some new vehicles. Definitely, it's gonna be a huge content pack. Obviously, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be including a bunch of balance changes. As I've told you in previous videos, there are rumors that they have already started working on removing some of the really broken shit in the previous Battlefield Labs build, such as the infamous 2 launchers on the Engineer, obviously are being taken care of as we speak. That these are the rumors that come from the Battlefield Labs Discord. Or it could of course be a big fat nothing burger as well. This could just be textures for some of the vehicles, for the buildings, and a bunch of those objects which have that placeholder textures above them. So this could be that. Unfortunately, I don't think it is. I really think it's time they show us something new, because people have been playing 3 maps and 3 game modes in Battlefield Labs now since like early March, nearly 3 or 4 months at this point. So I think it's about time we see something new. Obviously, if they do add new textures to the vehicles, obviously seeing something which is closer to the final product of how those vehicles are, for example, supposed to look, I think is also very cool. But I'm speaking just for the replayability of Battlefield Labs and, keeping the testers engaged. Probably it's best they upload finally some new map or maybe a different mode. I know that there's Rush coming and Frontlines in Battlefield Labs. I did talk about those briefly back in March leaks on Battlefield Labs Discord. So maybe we could see Frontlines on Rush. Who knows? 70 gigabytes. I mean, let me know how you feel about that. What would you want to see in a massive 17 gigabyte patch? Is it the maps? Is it the vehicles? Is it huge balance changes? What would you want to see? I know, of course, the non-class lock weapons is a pretty big topic as well. The server browser, I mean, perhaps in that 17 gigabyte pack, we might see a server browser being tested. I mean, it could happen, guys. I think it's not going to happen, but there is a chance. Never say never, right? And the last thing I'm going to talk about, guys, is the current player numbers for Battlefield games. This only represents, of course, Steam. This comes from Steam charts, but I'm pretty sure on Origin, it's also a very similar situation. We can see that Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 right now are the most populated Battlefield games, if we're going to judge them only by Steam. And you have to remember, it's kind of funny that Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 are beating Battlefield 2042, considering that Battlefield 2042 was on Steam since day one when it came out, and Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 came a little bit later, and still they have more players than Battlefield 2042, which is funny, which makes it even more puzzling to me why they even bothering updating Battlefield 2042. We do know there is some update coming for that game. If you're still playing Battlefield 2042, I'm pretty sure you can find the patch notes on DICE's site. So that is happening. Then we have Battlefield 4 and BF3. BF3 obviously very dead, and Battlefield 4 is not doing much better. And these are just the active players. Though when you do go on server browser for Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3, there is a bunch of fake player plugin thingies. Basically what that does is tells you that the server is full, and then you join, it's just dead, empty. So if you can, try somehow to install maybe Better Batlog. This is a plugin that existed back in the day. If you can find it somewhere, it's a legacy mod. This is what I use. I have it on my computer since way back then, so it can actually tell me how many players are on Battlefield 4 and BF3. If I was to give you advice what Battlefield game to play, it's just going to come down, my personal opinion, between BF1 and Battlefield 5, and then it's just going to come down to which game do you like more. Do you like more of the World 1 type of game, which has basically zero movement, and it's much more slower in pace, much more LARPish, then I would obviously recommend Battlefield 1, and Battlefield 5 if you like a bit more faster game, and you dig with all the quality of life changes that Battlefield 5 introduced over Battlefield 1. So it literally just comes down to personal preference. But I personally play Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 the most. I would say I play BF1 the most, and then it will be BF5, and then it will be BF4. So you just find for yourself here what you like, and if you don't own those games and you're a brand new Battlefield player, I would highly recommend you buy all of those on sale as well. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope there's gonna be soon a new Battlefield Labs build update, like when the test is happening, so we can get brand new leaks. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Leave a like and a comment and a subscription if you were new here, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.